Hey, how's everybody doing today? Gonna do another unboxing, because why not? I got the time, so we're gonna film this. New style of car that I haven't built or driven. I do have an XV01 that I built as a drift car, but it's not a real drift car, it's four-wheel drive. So, I got a new kit here, and I just want to unbox it, and then talk a little bit about how I'm going to build it, what parts I'm going to install, and the body I'm going to be putting on it. So, check it out. So here it is. It is the FXX 2.0 S MST drift kit. So what makes this one special, besides all these great MST parts and the amazing steering angle, there's no picture of it on the box, but what makes it special is its front engine drive. A lot of drift cars, they put the motor high and they put it at the back, and you get a lot of weight in the back to swing around. But this one, they put the motor at the front, which is how a real car is set up. So we're just gonna pull the parts out of this box and see what we get inside. And here we are. Now there's no body in this kit. That's one reason why the box is so nice and compact. I've built several other MST kits, and I must say I'm really pleased with MST quality. So here's our first big bag. Let's open that up and take a look inside. So here we have parts bag 2, and it looks like it's the steering linkage, and we have a nice aluminum piece in there. Very good. As I said, these cars have very sharp steering, like real drift. So that's the first parts bag we'll look at. The next one, sorry for not doing this in order, is parts bag 5. And this looks, well, we got a few gears. This looks like something to do with the drivetrain, obviously. And here we have parts bag 11, and that is our bumper and body mount set. I don't think there's a foam bumper in this kit. That's something you have to buy later. Now we get a tools bag. Here's our tools bag with body clips, double-sided tape. We have a wrench there, MST wrench. Here is what's probably the drive shaft and more gears, part bag 6. You can see that anodized aluminum drive shaft there for the motors being set at the front. Here is the shock set. There's the springs, you get some oil. I don't know if the bodies are aluminum. There are no bodies in there. Oh, there are. They're plastic bodies, but they should be pretty good shocks. So that's all for this initial bag. We'll throw everything back in. Alright, now there's another big bag in here, and let's open that up, take a look. We have some ball diff grease, so it has ball differential on the rear, because it's only rear wheel drive. This looks like arms. So we have our arms here for front and back. Okay, get a few screws. Get some pins to hold the arms on. Very nice. Some shims in there too. This looks like shock mounts. That's our shock mount bag. We got our ball ends on the back. Got our hardware there. Very nice. Bag number 7. And bag number 8, we got some red parts. I'm not quite sure what those red parts are. But we have our front uprights. We have our disc brakes. And we have some not dog bones, CVD joints. Very nice. No dog bones in there, so that must be for the rear. Here we have our motor mount, and I think it's our motor mount. Yeah, that's the motor mount in there. Okay, so that goes on the front of the car. And the last bag in here is we have some rails. Now these two rails, they go above the chassis. So it's like the top plate, but it's not a plate. And some hardware for that. So let's put all that back in. In the box, we also have an FRP chassis plate. I thought it was actually plastic, but it's FRP, so that should work quite well. I need to put a bit of protection on it so it doesn't get scraped up, because I plan on driving this outside. It's completely flat. There are no ridges in it. We can slide that out maybe. We have to open that bag up. So, very nice. And here we have the product manual, I guess, or an advertising. This is an advertising and aftermarket parts. So you see, there's the rear of the car, and there's the motor up front. So that's how these ones are set up. And we have lots of option parts available if you want to upgrade, and they're pretty easy to get here. There's the picture of that extreme steering angle. So I think it's utterly amazing. You're going to have so much control when you're sliding it around. Be easy to bring it back. Very, very nice. All those red parts, they were the brake calipers. They're just for show, but very good. And there is a carbon version with all metal pieces, and these are quite expensive. So I think they're like $500 or $600 for these sets. So I didn't get that. I got the standard one. And it's about $250 I paid. Also in the box, we get a bunch of FXXD, drift, the D's for, decals, and we get our manual. Now, MST, I've built 3 MST kits, and they are quite good. Their manuals are quite good. I'd say on par with Team Associated or Kyosho. So, quick rundown of the manual. We'll see all our parts blow-ups and then a step-by-step guide to assembling. And they're starting with the front arms. And move on to the rear. Add to the plate. Putting the motor in, the motor mount. So they're laid out quite well. And they show each part on the side. Hopefully that's showing up on camera. And they show all the parts 1-to-1 scale. So this is really important in a manual. So MST is a very good, if you're a builder, or if you want a drift car and you like building, MST is a very good way to go because the manuals are set up quite well. Alright, so that's all that's in there. At the back we get all the parts listed separately, all the screws, very nice. And we have some setups, setting up the shocks, and setting them up for different angles, which is very, very good. There we go, there's the full drivetrain. Very, very nice. Okay, and we have our aerial tube, which I rarely use those. As you can see, it's a fairly simple kit. Really high quality plastics. I have built the CMX, the CFXW, and the MTX1. There's the MTX1 actually on the shelf back here. So I'm really excited to build a new MST kit. Any builders out there, MST kits, they're really, really well done. I was impressed with my first one. That's why I got my fourth one. So if you're interested in building, you're interested in drifting, this is a good way to go. You can also buy MST RTR. I think half the fun is in building. So that's why I got one to build. Now, there's no body, there's no motor, there's no ESC or servo. So I'm going to show you what I have for that, what I bought already in preparation for building this kit. Now, as far as the electronics, I'm going to try a few new things. For my servo, I am going to build with this Power HD servo. It's a 1206 and it's the short servo. This is a drift spec servo, generation 2. So that should run fairly well. I've never built with these before, but I got it just because I want to try new things. So that's the Power HD that we notice on the tin. It's a drift spec, so that should be good. For a motor, I'm going with OMG. Outstanding model gear. This is their drift spec 8.5 turn brushless motor. So we're going to put an 8.5 turn in. We're going with OMG. I have one OMG servo in my TD2, but this will be my first OMG motor. So we're going to go with that. There we go. And for an ESC, we're also going with an OMG. So this is the Polaris DR120AX3. So this is 120 amp servo. I haven't cut the tape on it. You can take a look in the window. This is a drift spec servo as well. So we get some real good drift parts. This is a drift servo, drift ESC, and a drift motor. So should be quite a nice build. Now I'm also going to be putting in what do you call it? AVC if you're looking at Spectrum stuff. That automatic vehicle control. We're going to put in AFRC. AFRC, what do they call it? Gyro. Yeah, we're going to put this gyro in. Now I run this on several other cars. I forget what I bought this for. But they work really well. They work much better than the receiver combos. It's quite small. There it is right there. So these work quite well. I have it in my rally car and a couple other cars. I have to remember which ones. So that's one upcoming project that you'll get to take a look at. It might take me a week to get this put together. I do have my X-Rider motorcycle and it's sitting right there and it's about 2/3 finished. I really should get back at that. But it's kind of kicking my butt in a way because there are no instructions. They're just blow-ups of parts, and motorcycles are quite complicated. And the blow-ups have some omitted part numbers and some changes in the kit from when they made the blow-ups. So it's a bit of a frustrating build, and I've set it aside. So maybe I'll get that done first, or maybe I'll go straight into my MST kit. It should be fun to have a real drift car. Now, one thing I didn't see in this unboxing were wheels. Oh, so that's something I should pick up. I should pick up some wheels. I thought the wheels came in this kit, but there are no wheels. So that's one thing. If you're looking at buying this kit, you don't just need a body and electronics, you also need to buy the wheels. So I'll buy those now. So when I get this built, I can actually drive it. I do have some Tamiya ones, but I'd rather go with the MST wheels on this kit. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed that. Keep RCing, have a great day, and we'll see you soon.